Money FM 89.3, the best of the afternoon update.
As we gear up for Singapore Maritime Week 2025, we're diving into some of the most pressing issues in shipping and logistics, digitalization, security and resilience. Today, I'm very honored to have a distinguished guest joining me in the studio. Let's welcome Kaupo Läänerand, Deputy Secretary General for Maritime and Water Affairs at the Estonian Ministry of Climate. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Singapore, Kaupo.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Kaupo, let's get straight into it. Estonia is known as one of the most digitally advanced nations in the world, right? And its expertise in AI-driven maritime surveillance, port digitalization, and cybersecurity offers valuable lessons for Singapore and Southeast Asia. And with recent disruptions to undersea cables in the Baltic Sea raising concerns about maritime security, this discussion couldn't be more timely, I think. So, being a global leader in digitalization, how is Estonia using AI and smart technologies to enhance maritime surveillance and port operations?
Thank you. Let's say the digitalization was the area where we have been focused on the maritime. We have the smart ports, all the e-services systems. So basically, before I could say 99% of Estonian e-services were available. Divorcing was the only thing what was not available. Now you can divorce also online. So now we have everything online, and we had given a lot of focus on that. With AI, let's say in the beginning of 90s, we had so-called Tiger Leap, which was focused to bring young people to the IT and computers. Now the government announced the AI Leap, which is, and we have AI strategy, so we are focused as government really to bring the AI to the young generation, and that's where we are going to. For surveillance, definitely AI, we are using it to understand what is happening at the sea, because AI never sleeps. They can understand the patterns.
That's right.
And that's what we are using. And also part of the government ambitions is autonomous vessels, which use AI as part of their system. And why to send manned vessels out there to patrol only when you can send smaller unmanned vessels which can navigate by using AI and understand what's going on.
Okay. And as I mentioned earlier in the conversation, the recent disruptions to undersea cables in the Baltic Sea have highlighted vulnerabilities in critical maritime infrastructure. How is Estonia addressing these sort of risks, and what lessons can Singapore and Southeast Asia take from your approach and experience?
Thank you for the question. Definitely a very long topic to discuss, but I try to tell it shortly. We have had 2 incidents in past 1 year when during every incident we had at least 2 underwater cables or pipes damaged. So it is real situation for us, and what I can tell to the Singapore and others in the area, what we have learned. First of all, you need to be ready to exchange information with government agencies as fast as possible. When something happens, you need to get the information there. Second, maritime law. All the international maritime law interpretation, it was never built for, in economic exclusive zone, it's freedom of navigation. It was never built, this international maritime law, to react to the cable damaging. So you need to understand how you can react, and you need to be bold to react. 3 capability lessons what we have learned from it. It's one is fast cable repair. The problem for example, with electrical cables, what were damaged, and those are critical for our energy security, is the availability of vessels who can repair those cables. The waiting line is 12 to 16 months.
Wow.
So you cannot be without cables 12 to 16 months. There is market disruption there. So as government, we are looking the ways how to build our own capability with neighboring countries to be able to repair those cables as fast as possible. So, because this will be deterrence as well. Second is situational awareness. We are using Estonian companies also to develop, like Flydog Marine Nortal, to develop Sea Wolf system. This is name what we gave to the system.
Wow.
And this is network of buoys together with AI who can understand what is happening, who is moving, and it's about evidence as well. You need to know who did what to later to get the refunding back, and the presence, availability to be present at sea. So you need capable ships to be there. So these are the lessons, 3 lessons from us.
Very interesting insights, Kaupo, and just drives home the point that protecting undersea cables is a very critical issue, not just for Estonia, but for all global maritime nations. Now, ports play an important role in sustainable shipping, being key facilitators of decarbonization through the provision of alternative fuels and onshore electricity. The Maritime Port Authority of Singapore has just announced a dynamic real-time virtual model of the Port of Singapore powered by AI. It will be trialed in the second half of this year. So for ports to become greener and smarter, I would imagine making the right investment choices to position ourselves for the net zero shipping era is critical, especially in terms of the range of technologies to consider, from digital platforms to AI. To this end, can you share some of the trends in port digitalization and smart shipping technologies?
Thank you. Definitely, this is the part where we try to be as innovative as possible. We have our biggest port of Tallinn. They are really innovative in the field. They are using smart port solutions. So basically, almost everything in the port is automated, and you go to the port, you don't see any people. It's everything is all the direction are shown by IT systems. The most efficient way. Before we had a lot of blocks, traffic jams in the port. We had it full of workers, employees. Now you don't see them, and it's very fast, very efficient. And after you get used to it, it's very hard to go back. Second thing is, we are using, let's say, we have, together with Finland, we have this so-called Tallinn-Helsinki Green Corridor with 10 million passengers per year, and we are really stepping up to make it green.
Okay.
So basically, we already have auto mooring systems there, so ships use a lot of energy when maneuvering to the quay. Let's say the automated let's say robots or hands are taking it over. We have OPS systems, onshore power supply systems, and we have this company who actually cut from this reference their wings. So this company Shorelink is really top 3 players in the world who is developing for container and cruise vessels all kind of technologies for that. So this is definitely the area where we move further into. And from government side, we see ports as industrial hubs, and we have incentives. Actually, our government just came out last week with large-scale investment. So basically, all Singapore listeners, when when you bring in 100 million investment or more to our ports or our industry, then you get 20 million euro back by government. So those are the steps where we really see that we can drive forward porting the process. And of course, a lot of technologies to be used. And as Singapore announced today, Digital Twin, we have the same ambitions with our sea area as well.
Okay, well, fascinating. And with Singapore being one of the busiest ports in the world, we've certainly got a lot to learn from Estonia's digital-first approach as well. Cyber threats are a growing concern in the shipping industry, from ransomware attacks on ports to GPS spoofing. How is Estonia ensuring cybersecurity in maritime operations, and what best practices can be applied to this region in Southeast Asia?
Thank you. Cybersecurity is definitely important. The NATO Cybersecurity Center is in Estonia, and we have our Cybersecurity Center for Maritime as well, who is cooperating actually with Singapore universities. So this is definitely, the more you go on the IT systems are using them, then from government side, we have standardization that we have to have certain level of cybersecurity to actually get the system running for government as well. We cannot accept that those systems go down. I understand, and this is by technology providers as well. This is very important. And there was one Cybernetica, one of our companies who actually somewhere here in Malacca Straits, they provided the system for vessel traffic service, which actually I understood during cyber attacks, it was one of the only systems which was working. So we definitely, as government, have received a lot of, let's say it started in 2008 when we were attacked by, let's say, Russian cyber attacks, and for that made us to try, like with the cables, you need to develop faster. So this is definitely helping, and what I see is definitely the human part, what we don't, we cannot underestimate. Very often this human hygiene operator is a ship operator. This is very important for that to really work safely, to avoid any weak links in the system.
I see. Indeed, it's a crucial point. Cybersecurity does need to be embedded into every aspect of maritime operations, not just an afterthought. Looking ahead, what role do you see AI and automation playing in the future of maritime logistics?
The AI is definitely playing a role. There is this called just-in-time principle, where it combines the land and sea transport to arrive on the time to the port. So basically, in the end, AI has the capability, when all systems are interconnected, to give you the best and shortest way to be present. Second is, at the moment, we are already testing, for example, as I always call Estonia, it's the best place to, like in Singapore, we are similar in many ways to test the technologies and later to scale up elsewhere. And in container terminal, we are testing those automated vehicles as well, and to scale it up later, for example, in Germany. And this definitely AI is supporting that and taking over. I would say that definitely for government use as well, all the AI drones and ships will be the future. And for example, at the moment, we all want to be all the sea areas surveyed continuously because sediments are moving. So I think now across the world, big ships, manned ships are doing this work. But it could be done by 5 meters long, small unmanned vessels. You could do all this work and free up the resources. So it is definitely the future.
Wow, exciting developments ahead. And Singapore's maritime industry is well positioned to lead in this space as well. Before we wrap up, what are your thoughts on future collaboration between Estonia and Singapore in maritime innovation and security? You mentioned investments earlier. Tell us more.
Yeah, definitely. This investment part, this is critical because as businessmen, when you get 20 million back from your investment, then it definitely is a good initiative. Other part is decarbonization. I see this is again, as government, we see initiatives. Government initiatives are important to nudge the industry and businesses to go further. And I think it's good. We are launching in April in Estonia this so-called Estonian Green Tech and Retrofit Hub. So basically, we have a lot of strong companies who are modernizing vessels on different technologies. For example, Estonian company SRC, who is Singapore at the moment, they came out with a solution how to use methanol on existing fleet because methanol takes 3 times more space, but they have solution how to bring it, how to solve it. So we have a lot of companies who have their innovative solutions. So what we are trying to do is we are launching in April 25 million euro investment to attract the ship owners to come to Estonia and modernize their vessels on green technologies. And this is the way how government is supporting ship owners and industry that, hey, if you are not sure to do it, come, we support you. At least there will be methanol vessels there will be other type of fuels available. So this is the way to continue, and this is the, let's say, the best moment for Singapore companies, government and industry to cooperate together. And I think what is important, I don't know how old is Singapore Maritime Cluster. We officially consolidated our Maritime Cluster, let's say around 1 year ago, and it's already have around 60 members with 2 billion euro revenue yearly. So with 1 year, so I think they are doing good. And I think it's critical for Singaporean and Estonian cooperation is to make those clusters work together. As Vice Minister position, I can come to visit, but in the end, the companies should build a network of their own, independent from the government's actions.
Wow. Sounds like lots of exciting things happening in this phase. On that note, thank you, Kaupo, for sharing Estonia's expertise and valuable insights with us today.
Thank you for calling me.
Kaupo Läänerand, Deputy Secretary General for Maritime and Water Affairs at the Estonian Ministry of Climate.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.